In today's video, we're going to be talking about something that I actually have not talked a lot at all, and that is teacher-seller burnout. Teacher burnout is real, and so is teacher-seller burnout. So we're going to talk about that. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, if you are new or returning, welcome. Here at Salt Primary, we talk teacher side hustles, and I've preempted my video again. I had something happen during spring break, and it's really caused me to think about this thing called burnout. And I was reminded about an email I received a little while back from a friend. We were in an accountability group together, and they decided to take a step back. They had a very good business. It was growing great, and they were just burnt out. Some of that was just from school, but they were finding that, once they got home and I think they had a parent to, kind of keep an eye on or take care of. Can't remember the whole situation, but they decided, I think I need to take a break. And that email was dated in 2021, and they have still not come back to selling their teacher resources. And then I had another one last year who had told me that they were taking a break, and it had been already over a year, and they still had no desire to make products, and their store was doing pretty well, and it continued to make sales. So I don't know how it's been doing this year. I haven't talked to them for a while. And then a third. So I've got three friends that have taken a step back from their selling. Maybe you are feeling the exact same way. I have done my own break, but it's not I haven't stepped away from everything. I'll talk about that in a moment. But taking breaks and just walking away is very real. And if you are brand new, you can save this video for another time. If you've been selling for a couple of years, maybe I can offer you some possible suggestions. Maybe you've already been looking at what can you do to just kind of ease up a little bit so that you don't burn out. Okay, so let's talk. Let me get my notes here. Let's talk about this. By the way, I'm back to school, and it was a very nice spring break. I unfortunately, which I'll talk about in half a sec, had some sad news happen during spring break. Things happen, and that's the whole point. Life is going to happen whether you build a side hustle or not. It's just going to happen. There are going to be seasons when life is busier. I find anytime report cards, parent-teacher meetings, you know this if you're a teacher. There are times when life just gets busier. If you've got family responsibilities, organizations that you're involved in, anything, right? There's always going to be something that is going to kind of run into your desire to build a business. And one of the things that you need to keep kind of in the back of your mind is the why. Why are you doing this in the first place? Why are you building a business? For me personally, my teacher business is part of my retirement. I'm not going to get a full retirement because I worked in many schools that did not offer retirement plans. So this is going to be, in a few years when I officially retire, not even a few years, it could be just even a couple of years when I officially retire, this will supplement that income. You might be needing your TBT income or your side hustle income to supplement your teaching income right now. Maybe you're using your income to just be able to buy things for your classroom, or to maybe supplement your mortgage payment, right? We all have different reasons for why we're building this. And again, it's important that when you are feeling tired and when you are feeling like I maybe I need to step back, go back to your why. Go back to your why and figure out, is this really important enough to push through this, or can you take that break, right? Can you take that break? These past couple months, I have been dealing with, as I've shared in my other videos, I've been dealing with an ear. I've got an audiology. Audiology? I think I had problems with that word last time. Audiology report. An audiology assessment is next week. I'm feeling overall better with all the supplements and vitamins that I've been taking every day. The hearing is there, but there's still the odd pain, and once in a while in the classroom, it hasn't been bad. It's been definitely better than it was. So some of these things are definitely working, but there's still a plugged ear, right? And then that sad news that I had during spring break is one of my fur babies died. So life happens. And so I've taken a step back from working on my product creation, but I haven't stepped back on other things. So sorry. There's cats still here. I still have cats. Hey, what are you doing? Even though I've stepped away from product creation, there's other aspects of my business that I have not stepped away from. So I'm taking a break from one component, and that is a suggestion for you. Instead of taking a break from everything, look at your schedule and say, okay, what can I take a break from for a season? Whether that be social media, that's always a popular one to take, photography, filming, right? What is it that you can maybe take a break from? One of the things that I find is very useful if you're deciding to take a little break, and it could be even you're just going on a family vacation, or you're going to go on holidays for a week and you just don't want to have to do anything. Batching. Do some batching, whether that be your email, product creation if you want to, some social media. You can schedule all these things now, and there are free schedulers out there. Okay, Canva has some. I think the scheduler is part of the pro account, not the free. I'm not totally sure on that. I'd have to look into that. But batch ahead and then take that break. Okay, look at your schedule. Where can you make some little cuts? Just again, for a short time, or whether you need to take a complete step back. You know your schedule. I don't know your schedule. I can't tell you to work through it. I can't tell you to take a complete step back. I don't know what your schedule is like. Only you can decide that, okay? And you need to be realistic with yourself, okay? Batching. If you've never tried batching, try it. Try it on something that you really enjoy doing and you've got a tiny bit of time. Like, for example, I actually enjoy writing emails, though I am not consistent with it, but it is something I enjoy doing. I'll give you an example. During spring break, I worked on about 3 blog posts all about the same time. And that I enjoyed doing that. So maybe if you have a website and you don't feel like doing product creation, and maybe you want to do some writing, right? Find out something, or consider something that you really enjoy doing, and spend some time maybe batching that. Outsourcing. There's nowhere in the rules, there are no rules, there is nowhere that you have to be doing everything on your own. And it kind of bugs me, if I'm going to be honest, this is a little bit of a bug for me, when teacher sellers do everything without help. For example, say you don't like social media. Is it worth it to you to hire someone to do your social media posts or to do your product photography? I'm already thinking about doing. Hi. I'm already thinking about what I would like to outsource in the near future. And it's not because I don't enjoy it. It's just because it takes me so long. If I can find an expert to do something at half the time it takes me, why wouldn't I? Right? And yeah, it costs money to hire someone, but we're talking about our own mental health. We're talking about, you got 2 people working on your business. You think your business is going to grow? Absolutely. Hold on, don't eat the plant. Somebody that I look to often when it comes to having a big teacher seller business is Jamie Sales. Jamie Sales has the Not So Wimpy Entrepreneur podcast. She's got a team. In fact, she doesn't even do her own product creation anymore. She's hired it. She might have looked at them, she might have started the idea, but she's not writing them. She's got teams that are doing that now. There are many big sellers. They have other people writing their products now. It's crazy. You don't have to do this alone. Nowhere does it say you have to do this alone. Maybe when you make a certain amount of money, you want to hire someone to work on Pinterest for you, or work on Instagram for you, or product photography. What is something you'd like to just offload off your plate? Free up some of your time in order to get something done. Outsourcing. Take the break, okay? If you need to, take it. Take a week off. The hardest thing though, when you're taking a full, like if you were saying, I'm taking a break, I'm not doing anything all this week, is making sure you get back on things. Because if you do not get back on things, this is where a year goes by and you haven't done anything. Again, you got to go back to your why. Here's a big one. Connect. Connect with other TPT sellers or boom sellers and just chat with them. Teacher sellers are some of your biggest cheerleaders. We want to see you succeed, because if you succeed, we succeed, right? We give each other hope. Okay. Get onto a Facebook group if you're part of the different side hustle Facebook groups, and talk. Share your struggles. We want to help you. Let's talk about this. And nowhere does it say that building a side hustle has to be an isolated thing. Let's build it together. This is why I like YouTube. I like the community. I feel like I can talk to you more, or even the Facebook groups. We can talk about things. Email. Reach out. Again, don't do this alone. Don't do it in isolation. Find someone maybe who could even mentor you or work through things with you. Okay? For some of us, it might actually be a counselor. For some of us, you might want to hire a TPT coach, and there's plenty out there. If you need the break, take the break. But be very careful. Protect your time. Sometimes all you need to do is do some organization. Like sometimes we get so messy. I mean, I've cleaned off my desktop so many times. Even my own dad looked at it and went, you need to clean that up. And he's absolutely right. I have multiple files. I mean, and on the weekend, I cleaned up probably probably a third of it, and it still needs more. And sometimes this feeling of overwhelmness of everything can weigh down on us. And so sometimes just organizing things can lift us back up. Maybe you need to set yourself some new goals and make them short-term goals. A lot of times it's making our short-term goals that will help us reach our long-term goal. We all get in funks. It happens to all of us. Take a break from one thing. If you need to take a break from everything, then take a break from everything. But find someone who can keep you accountable and ask them. I mean, you actually have to ask someone to say, can you phone me or email me in a month and say, okay, your break is over? Because it's hard to get back at things. It's not just, specifically to being a teacher seller. It can be doing an exercise program or a diet or starting a new habit. These things will go through bumps, okay? And if you can ride through the bumps, you'll become a stronger person and you'll become a better seller. You'll be more compassionate with people, and when people tell you about different things, you'll be able to cope with them better. So next week's video, so I'm going to keep saying it again. There's a TPT store review coming. There is also more TPT product creation. I mean, that's one reason why I'm making that video, to get my product creation back on, because I've taken probably close to 6 months off product creation, but I haven't taken 6 months off my TPT store. I've done other things. I've redone covers, I've redone titles, right? I'm still doing things for my store, and the sales are showing it. Okay? So wherever you are in the world, I hope you and your family are staying safe, being healthy, and we'll catch you in that video or the playlist. See ya.